Major General VPS Bhakuni to kindly address us. As I've introduced him before, Major General Bhakuni was the Commandant of the Selection Center South Bangalore, and he's headed the institution which is tasked to select officers from the Army, Navy and the Air Force. He served in the Indian Army for 37 years. He's retired recently, and he's had several close postings across the country. He's led his battalion and brigade in many counter insurgency situations in the state, in the country. He's also the recipient of the prestigious Vishisht Seva Medal for his dedicated service to the nation and his fellow man. Sir, please address us all.
Saram to all of you, because I find a lot of science students sitting here. By the way, all those who do not know what science student stands for, I've been seeing them for the last 20 years. Believe me, it stands for dedication. It stands for devotion. It stands for selfless service. It stands for brotherhood. And it is mentioned here, it stands for unity. You have to emulate these boys. Frankly speaking, I have been thinking it, the day India adopts educare or the SAI method of education, I think India's transformation is going to speed up, and in a matter of 5 to 10 years, the whole country is going to change and become a global power. In any case, we are going to become a global power. It's a matter of time. Ladies and gentlemen, what a wonderful session we had. What wonderful ideas that emerged. Oh my God, I was fascinated. In fact, I love to interact with the students, but today, hats off to these organizers, and particularly the two guys who conducted this interactive session, that is my friend Vijay and Natesh. I think it is very rarely seen such kind of interactions where everybody has to think and come out with some original ideas. Ideas after ideas came up. I think it was beyond me to keep a note of everything. Youth, always bubbling with josh, bubbling with energy, and bubbling with ideas. By the way, India is a very youthful nation. I think the most youthful nation today. If you check up, 65% of our population is below 35. 52% of our population is below 25. And by the way, as far as the youth working hands are concerned, we have an edge over China now. China is aging. And also, our growth rate is increasing by day. It is around 7.5 now. And I can assure you, in the days to come, it is expected to be 8% and may go beyond that. Whereas China is aging and is slowing down. India is #1 growth rate today. So it's a matter of time with this kind of youth who are going to take initiative and who are going to lead the nation. I think India is in the safe hands, and the day is not far. It's a matter of 10 to 15 years, because why I'm saying it's by authentic facts. Number of economists have predicted it. By 2040, we are going to be a global power. Not only economically, but also militarily, economically, because everything is going very well for us. We are already a nuclear power. We have such youth population who can take India forward, whereas other countries do not have this advantage. But there is a big but. What is that but? You know, we got to learn our lessons from our history, from our past. They say, if you do not learn from history, you are doomed to repeat it. What we got to learn from history? I would like to hear that, since I think these guys made it so interesting by interacting with you. I'm also going to pose 2 questions. I'm going to adhere yet with the time given to me of 5 minutes. Can you tell me, all are educated, studying in the best of the colleges, can you tell me when was India the most powerful country in its own history? I'm not talking about the mythological age. I'm not talking about the Vedic period. I'm not talking about the ancient times. Yes, India has been a spiritual guru. We led the world through knowledge, through spiritual knowledge. I'm talking about the recorded history of last 2005 years, which we have historical evidence. In these 2005 years, can anybody tell me when was India the most powerful country? When was the period? Yeah. Huh? Oh, anybody else? Yeah. Huh? Get up. Say loudly. Okay. Okay, anyone? Any other guesses? It's working? Yes. Some of you are right. This boy out here is right. It was the Mauryan Empire. Unfortunately, hardly anybody knows it. During the Mauryan Empire, our territory extended right from the Central Asia, beyond Afghanistan, beyond Pakistan, right up to Burma, beyond Burma, entire northeast and south. You can imagine that kind of territory the Mauryan Empire controlled, and it ruled for a good about 165 years. 345 BC to around 185 BC. And there was its downfall. What was the reason of its downfall? There were 4 reasons. Are these 4 reasons still existing? And can you believe it? Historical facts indicate that every time the downfall was there of any empire, in India particularly, the reasons have been these 4. There may have been other reasons, but these 4 were always included. The students of history will agree with me. The first reason was we are a divided society. You know, we have 9 major religions, though we call Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, but off and on we keep fighting. We have 600 languages, we have many castes and creeds, so we could never give a united fight to the aggressor. The society has been divisive. We could not stand together. I think somebody was shouting, how it is so important. Divided we fall, united we stand. How true? And can you believe the second reason was corruption and lack of ethics? That's the reason of education. That's the reason we have to look at the society. It has been corruption ridden. Go to the historical evidence of last 2005 years. Unfortunately, the ethics, except the Vedic period and ancient India, has been lacking. The third was the lack of leadership. Lack of leadership and governance and central authority. And the fourth reason was equally important. The fourth reason was neglect of the armed forces and neglect of the national security. Armed forces neglect means national security. You have the example of very recent past, which you all know. In 1962, we neglected national security. We did not even give clothing to our soldiers who were fighting in the altitude area. The Prime Minister at that time thought Indian soldiers can help in farming or things like that and national development because we don't need army. And we realized that at a very heavy cost. We had the most humiliating defeat. And can anybody tell me when was India's greatest victory or the war which India has won? Anyone raise hand? No one? Yeah, one there. Yeah. Huh? No. And that is unfortunate. Look, there are about how many people? 600 people sitting here. And nobody could tell me the right answer. Unfortunately, that is unfortunate of India. Yeah, quick. Huh? Kargil War. Unfortunately, Kargil War was televised war, but out of the wars we fought was the smallest war because we never crossed the border. We killed the enemy which has come to our territory and we surrounded them. There was no border crossing. So there was no direct fight between the 2 armies and it was a segmented area, a small area of Kargil. It was the shortest and smallest war fought by India. Yes, televised, a lot of actions of bravery that can't be undermined. By the way, let me tell you, because the time is short, it is 1971 war. After the Second World War, this was the biggest war fought, but Indians do not know about it. The greatest victory, we created a new nation, Bangladesh. But how many do you know? This is the neglect of the armed forces. This is the neglect of history. Because we do not, we are oblivious of this fact. The greatest, where 1 lakh prisoners were taken. After the Second World War, this was the greatest war a country fought around the whole world and got this resounding victory. But we are oblivious of this. So this is what is required to change. Those 4 reasons we got to see whether these 4 reasons are prevalent or not. So 62, we neglect the army. After that, the whole focus was given. Hats off to Indira Gandhi. And look at that. In 71, we had a resounding victory. We cared for that. So only one line I will say. After the Mauryan Empire came the another great empire after 500 years. That is the Gupta Empire. I am not going to ask the question because of paucity of time. But 1500s thereafter, it was downfall and downfall. We were completely a divided society. And in fact, what to talk of standing against the enemy? We invited the aggressors. You know, Muhammad Ghori was invited after that 300 years of Delhi Sultanate, that is slave dynasty. He was invited by Jai Chand to settle the score with Prithviraj. You know, Babur was invited by Rana Sanga to settle the score with Ibrahim Lodi. So that has been our unfortunate history. We have to see the dark side and we have to see the bright side. But things are changing. Let me tell you, I'm very, very optimistic by nature, and everything is going great for India. It is not me. It is most of the economic surveys saying that India is the next economic power. It's a matter of time, 15, 20 years, and you guys are going to take it. With that, I am going to administer the oath. Here is the time, just 5 oaths. I am going to repeat that. And you guys are going to say that. And I would request you to say that oath. Everybody has to get up. And please let this oath go viral. Because you have such inspired session you have attended. Note it down. It will be passed by the organizers to you. Pass it on. Let it become a viral in Bangalore. Let it get viral across the youth. And let every youth follow this oath. Thank you.
May I request all of you to rise, and in honor of the oath, let us keep our right hands forward. Right? Are you all willing to take the oath? Yes. Of service to society? Yes. Let us see how full-throatedly you do it. Yes, sir. Over to you.
Please repeat with me. We, the sons and daughters of India,
we, the sons and daughters of India,
acknowledge one motherland, India, and keep the national interest above all. Second, we, the sons and daughters of India, acknowledge one nation, one constitution, but many languages and many religions. Thirdly, we, the sons and daughters of India, dedicate ourselves to India, to one India, clean India, green India, and great India. Fourthly, we, the sons and daughters of India, acknowledge that there is only one language, the language of heart. There is only one caste, the caste of humanity. And there is only one religion, the religion of love. The last one. We, the sons and daughters of India, will constantly endeavor to make India corruption free. Remove pain and suffering of our people, and always come forward to contribute for a national cause. Thank you so much.
Jai Hind. Thank you so much, sir.